want better for y'all.
I don't think enough people are saying this shit.
These are just our ideas.
Maybe we should all be a little bit more self-aware and a little bit less delusional.
What do we know?
What the fuck do we possibly know?
Hey, look, get your shit together.
All right, and welcome back to The Reason They Should Have Never Gave You Niggas Microphones. I'm Lil.
I'm Bitch Shot Shae.
And this is Let Me Stay Focused, the podcast. Ooh, it's the end of days, but, you know, fuck it, we ball. You look like, was it Russian or Italian?
I don't know.
You some kind of black or Spanish or something?
Muslim? I don't know.
Isn't she asking Mariah Carey that in Precious? That's
yeah.
Mariah Carey, right? She's like, what do you think I am?
Yeah. That was such a random ass role too. Like,
wasn't she also like picking cotton in something?
Who, Mariah?
Yes.
I don't know. I don't know about that.
I'm gonna Google Mariah Carey picking cotton, and we're all gonna have some regrets and be worse off for it. But I think your scarf is like Russian, like babushka type deal. But the yellow and green is reminding me of like limoncello, like Italy, like olive oil.
Yeah. I was gonna like just put it like all the way on, but I was like, hey,
I like it.
You know, I'm an adult. I can do whatever I want to do.
Here's the picture.
What movie was that? That's hilarious. Because why is she out there picking?
Mariah Carey ditches the glamour as she goes barefaced as field slave and it cuts off.
I'm not buying the whole field slave.
The butler.
Oh, okay. I do remember the butler, but
you don't remember Mariah Carey picking cotton?
No.
Well, it happened. It took place. But the butler is not what I'm watching.
What are you watching?
I'm watching Dying for Sex on Hulu, and I'm not sure if I like it. But I'm sticking it through. It's like a true story of a woman who found out that she had terminal cancer and left her husband because they were in like a sexless marriage and like went out and started fucking a bunch of people. But like in a journey way, not just like it was like coming, you know, face to face with the fact that you're not going to be here in 5 years.
That's yeah. I can't imagine, but I don't know. Sounds interesting.
It's interesting, and I feel like as a Scorpio, I should love it. But every episode, I'm like, do I love this, or am I just like wondering what happened next?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm watching, and also Will Trent. I'm caught up to the point where, you know, I'm watching the episodes as they come out and still found on NBC. I just can't believe we're like full circle back to like cable television.
Yeah.
And I'm waiting a week.
I don't know. I feel like because I haven't been watching a lot of TV, like I'm not like pressed. So I can't wait a week. But I'm actually not watching any shows that I have to. Well, I guess Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Oh my God. Have we discussed that?
We have not. And yeah, we have not.
We don't have to.
Since the last time. But I mean, I wouldn't mind discussing it. I do feel like, since we're on the, you know, the topic of what we're watching,
I feel like you're the person with the history of watching the show.
Yeah.
So do you kind of want to, like, for people who don't watch, explain Kenya and what she did?
Well, Kenya got into it with the girl Britt. Her name Britt, right?
Yeah.
And basically she released, like, she came to an event with like
her own event
with like like I don't know what to call it, but it
was a poster.
Yeah, I was gonna say posters of Brit like naked,
yeah,
and like exposed or whatever. Basically, trying to expose her and talk about what she did in the past and stuff like that. And so they done kicked Kenya off the show.
The bitch got the boot.
She got the boot, which I honestly don't even understand what was going through her head.
So watching it, because I kind of know of Kenya and, you know, I'm biased in terms of like, don't let these new bitches, because Britt was doing a lot.
Yeah.
Britt was being like antagonistic for no reason and says like, oh, I have a pistol or whatever, which I think was unnecessary. Yeah. So I'm waiting, like I'm watching this episode and I'm like, I know Kenya pulls this stunt next episode. And I'm like, I'm praying to God that something happens where she's like, it makes sense.
It didn't make sense.
They showed Britt on the way to the event, like it like planning to extend an olive branch. Mm-hmm. And Kenya
came in with her. Why would you do that at your own event? I don't get it. But it's crazy because I didn't necessarily want to see Kenya go. Like before that episode, I was just like, I didn't really understand the magnitude of the situation.
And then watching it, it's like, there's no excusing it.
Yeah.
You gotta go. Everyone was horrified. I believe she was not only naked, but like giving somebody head or something.
Yeah. It was just like,
Kenya,
girl,
that's illegal.
This was supposed to be, it's illegal. And this was supposed to be an event dedicated to your kid. Like, why would you? I just didn't understand. And like,
it got the best of her.
Yeah.
And sometimes that beef shit get the best of people. You cannot let it bring you.
I just feel like she too old for that shit.
First of all, the person I pity the most is the FedEx worker who had to print the fucking posters. Like, ooh, Kenya Moore. What the fuck is this? You know, the people at the event also didn't consent to seeing any like content like that. I mean, it wasn't an event that they brought the husbands to, but somebody's husband had to be there. And you showing them naked pictures of somebody. Thank God, whatever took place, Britt left the room.
Yeah, Britt wasn't actually there when it happened.
But the fact that you would have done that with her there,
it's fucked up. Cause I feel like I said, I feel like you're too old for this. You've been here. You know. I just didn't get it. Maybe she sabotaged her own self to get off the show. Like,
and Cynthia put it back, like before she left, she was like, "I think this was beneath you, essentially."
Yeah.
But have a good rest of your day. People started leaving.
Portia left. Everybody left after that. I mean, why would you want to stay for some bullshit like that? Like, but aside from that, Drew's going through a divorce with her husband, who's living in the basement.
I'm just watching this season. I don't believe a word Drew says.
Yeah, I don't. I think Drew always kind of been a liar, but when the episode, I think it was the most recent one where they went to court and he was able to get the documents like what do they call it? Like uncovered.
Classified?
Yeah, but like so that the public can basically see what's going on. And Drew was like mad and crying and shit. I'm like, girl, you hiding something. Cause why the fuck you so, if he's such a bad partner or husband, what are you mad about the records being uncovered for? Like, so your ass, I'm inclined to believe her ass was doing shit too. And she tried to paint him as, to being the only one to do shit. The lady, because she's older, Angela, I feel like she's starting shit just to, like, I hate when people come on the shows and just be feeling like, oh, I need to do something so that I can stay. I feel like that's what she's doing with the whole inviting Drew to Portia's party.
I haven't seen this most recent episode, but I would have to see it. Because right now I think she's just, like, kind of coasting.
Yeah, well, when you see this most recent one, you're going to be like, oh, yeah, she doing too much. Because before, I really I could deal with her coasting. Like, give people some time to get to know you. But, like, just starting shit, like, inviting somebody, that's like you having a party, your birthday party.
Yes.
And somebody invites somebody.
I'm so excited about this year's theme. It's really hard to keep in.
I don't want to say no names. But that's just like somebody inviting somebody that you most recently just got into it with. That's like me inviting old girl.
But you're friends with her. I would be like, what the fuck? But I wouldn't be like, why the fuck would you even?
But why would you invite somebody? Why would I invite somebody to your party and I know you don't want them there? Like, it's your party.
Yeah.
It's not my party.
I'm saying what you're describing is even a little bit better than what you're saying she did, which is like, you don't know that bitch for real.
Yeah.
Even bring her over here.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
But I still feel like it's fucked up either way.
It's definitely worse. Damn, Angela, I liked you a little bit.
Yeah, Angela, I don't know what that was about. That was weird. But other than that, I watched the movie Rebel Ridge this weekend.
What's that?
It's on Netflix, and they got that boy Aaron, that man Aaron. I forget his last name, but he's dating Tiana Taylor now.
I'm so sick of his fucking face.
The movie been out for a minute on Netflix, but I just decided to watch it this weekend, and it was good. I feel like he was just kicking ass in the movie, but I feel like the plot. I hate when the plot is like something I'm like, this whole movie could have been preventable, like. You
yeah,
know,
I hate that type of shit.
Yeah, I hate those type of like movies. But
Like
I mean,
based off of a small misunderstanding or something that
yeah,
could have been easily rectified. I hate that type of shit.
yeah, it was like that type of movie. But that's it for me.
I always wanted a brother. I have Hotep of the Week. I have no one.
What you don't have Hotep, you got honorable mention.
I mean, honorable mention.
That's crazy because I got Hotep and I have no one. I was over here like trying to find somebody, but it was gonna be who it was last week.
It's like kind of straight down the middle week. I'm
trying to think.
I don't want to applaud anybody. I mean, maybe Gayle King.
She been Hotep like for 3 weeks straight.
No, she was. What was she? She was advice on the internet last week. I don't think she's gotten the hey yet.
But I feel like you dragged her enough. That TikTok you did about the trash, that one blew up. I was happy about that.
Yeah. So for context, y'all, Gayle trying to put the trash. Well, Gayle is not trying to.
She's supporting
Gayle
it.
is aware of the fact that Jeff Bezos and Blue Origin are trying to put the trash in space.
Yeah.
And I cannot like express to y'all enough. I'm not saying this like she said some things to allude to the fact that they might put the trash in space, and I'm like reaching or putting pieces and parts together. She said they're trying to find a way to clean up the earth by taking the waste we produce down here and put it in space.
Yeah.
So Blue Origin then.
So she knew, she's aware, she's supporting it.
But she's the one that spilled the beans.
Yeah. They probably mad at her ass too.
Like, damn, why did you tell them? Because my thing is, did you tell anybody else you were going to put the trash in space?
Probably Oprah.
You think they told Katy Perry about the trash in space? Why did she go up there with that damn Daisy?
I feel like they probably told everybody. Well, then again, I don't know because I can't remember if it was you that made the point or somebody was like, Gail's an older woman, so you know she went in there asking questions.
That wasn't me.
Okay. So, yeah, I feel like they probably all was in this room and she was in there asking questions like, okay, so what are we doing? Why are we doing it? Who, what, when, where, why, you know, type. I feel like they all was there, you know? So I feel like they all were aware of like what the point of the mission was.
Like, I just don't, they knew it.
Yeah.
Like, and they still went up there with the fucking Daisy. They were supposed to be the dog and pony show so that we would start liking the company Blue Origin and not ask any more questions while they put the fucking trash in space. That's what it was.
Yeah.
That's all it fucking was.
But you know, I can actually make Dunkin' Donuts on Indian River Hotep because they pissed me off. Because I was sitting here like, who the fuck pissed me off this week? It was them. It was them.
They do?
I ordered like a chicken. I ordered like a chicken wrap. Mm-hmm. I think it was like a wrap, but
they serve those?
Yeah.
Wow.
But whatever the fuck they gave me, I don't know what that was.
I would also like to add Taco Bell because why y'all don't never have the regular chicken quesadilla on DoorDash? And then y'all keep trying to push, you're trying to push for the cantina. And I ordered the cantina thinking that like maybe y'all just rebranded. Mm-hmm. No, it's a nasty ass quesadilla.
Is that like...
It's different.
Is it like a box?
Or is cantina box?
Yeah.
I just got the quesadilla. It was not good.
Because somebody made a post on Twitter and was like, they sell you a box. I don't know which box it is, but they sell you a box for like $7. But if you get them all individually, it come up to like $20. And they basically was like, how the fuck is that even possible?
What do you mean?
Like, they have like I don't know what it's called, but they have like, you know, a variety
like a
box. Deal? Yeah. Where you buy them all in a bundle and you get it for like $7.
That's what I'm saying. They're trying to push the cantina on us. I don't know why. There was nothing wrong with the chicken quesadilla. Nothing. Yeah. And now you can only get it if you get it in like a bundle. Right. So like you got to get a regular chicken quesadilla with a taco. I don't eat beef.
You can't sub the meat out, DoorDash? Like,
so what? On the taco?
Yeah, like change out beef and put chicken.
On the taco? Mm-hmm. I don't think so.
I know you can do it like at the restaurant.
Really?
Yeah. You can tell them like, I don't want beef, I want chicken.
On a taco?
Yeah. That's normally what I do because I eat beef, but I don't really like their beef. So I normally just get sub out of like my favorite taco is the gordita crunch, the cheesy gordita crunch, and that comes with beef. So I normally just tell them I want chicken instead of beef.
This might be a bad time to reveal that I also only just get meat on the taco when I did eat tacos.
Only meat?
Yeah, like beef in a tortilla. So it would just be chicken in a tortilla.
No cheese.
No, I don't like cheese.
So when you get the quesadilla, don't that come with cheese?
It's very specific. I can't explain it.
Okay. I understand. We all have our things.
See, like, look, CT, that's Cantina, chicken quesadilla. You could get a quesadilla combo with that fucking taco to the side, but you cannot just be like, can I please have a regular chicken quesadilla? Like it's illegal or something. That's not right. Because if I drive my ass up to the Taco Bell and I ask for a chicken quesadilla, they gonna make me what I asked for.
Right, exactly.
So I'm like, how are you trying to phase it out?
Well, somebody that did do good in food this week was this place called Cookie Chris. It's in Richmond. It's black owned. It was created by like this black boy named Chris. But it's a cookie place and they make cookies like, I feel like it's a mix between like what you would have between like, you have insomnia cookies and you have crumble. I feel like Cookie Chris is like in the middle. Like a very like good medium.
That's good.
So if you're in the Richmond area, y'all should check them out. Damn.
I know. What you got going
I
on?
don't know.
You
Like
help?
I think it don't matter where the mic is. I keep
through it, y'all.
But yeah, I guess that's it for Hotep. And
I did the Hotep and you did the honorable.
yeah, we kind of just freestyled it this week.
It's been a lot. Listen, next we have lyrics and lessons where we give a lyric and you get a lesson. Do you have any guess of what my lyric is? It's going to kick my ass, so let's just hope I can read it. I have Rice Daddy, got it out the mud like a rice patty. Everything cold, my paddock, my addy. Your neck, your back get ate like candy. Cold with the words, speaking Icelandic. Riceberg Slim, broke the Titanic. Money too sweet, I'm diabandic. Baby can't get up, not at all. She's stuck on the floor, on her knees like a Band-Aid. Ew, I put the ick in tantric. Big bag like it's pregnant. Bareback in the bag till it be babbling. Money talk, speak my love language. And that is from the song Take It Too Far by Lyrics Born. And what I got from that was, what the fuck do you niggas be talking about?
Right.
What the fuck do y'all be talking about? Like, no disrespect to Lyrics Born. He had some good songs that like are really good and well written with some impressive lyrics, but I cannot sit here and continue to pretend that I know what you niggas are talking about. So many problems in my life resulted from me not telling someone I don't know what the fuck you're talking about in the first place. So I'm starting today. What the fuck? What the fuck? The only thing I was like, okay, when he said money too sweet is diabandic. That was funny to me. But what the fuck?
Yeah, I don't know. That song is just giving freaky.
I'm going to have to play it. I don't make the rules, but I don't think I did it justice.
I mean, it sounds a little better with the beat, But, yeah.
What is going on?
I don't know how to feel about that.
There's a lot of moments where, people be like, not a thought between those eyes about me. And I'm just going to have to own it on this one. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, me neither.
And I just got to start owning it.
I don't know.
I put the ick in tantric is insane.
Like, that's a legit artist.
Yeah. He has like good songs. Like, they're not songs that I listen to, but,
somebody does.
He talks about like his upbringing and, the importance of like therapy and, being an oldest child or like having a lot put on you in terms of like stuff and family, which happens to a lot of us, right? I don't know where this came from, but I will say that this is his 16th and final album.
Oh, damn.
So I think, sometimes you just
16 is a lot.
Just throw it all out there.
Yeah.
Like 16 albums with me on the front and a bump.
Yeah, I guess he just said, fuck it. I'm putting anything.
Got it out the mud like a rice patty. That doesn't make sense to me. Maybe I'm not like culturally aware.
Because rice is grown in mud.
It's what?
Rice. Have you ever seen like rice fields?
No.
They're like grown in mud. It's really muddy. And the only reason I know that is because I watched this show about this girl who goes to different places and like tries food and drinks.
So that made sense to you?
Yeah, that's literally the only reason it made sense.
Wow.
Cause like this shit, it was like, I wish I could show you, cause like it really is muddy, and they have like, they gotta wear like boots and shit, like, and the girl was like getting stuck in the mud. Her boots was like getting stuck in the mud because she didn't know like it's a science to how you walk through them. Yeah.
Well, I'll be damned.
Matter of fact, I'm trying to think. It might have been Nivea's show. Nivea got like this show called Eat Slay.
It was Nivea?
Yeah, it's on Hulu. She got this show. It's called Eat Slay Love, I think, or something. And she went to
Nivea is a hoot.
She is. I love Nivea because she's just cool as fuck. She don't.
Even on Encore, she was like, "You bitches is fussing."
Yeah, she don't
get my bags.
Yeah, she don't fuck with nobody. Like she don't bother nobody. Well, my lyric is not a Nivea lyric, but it's someone who's well known. Brought out the pink Lamborghini just to race with China. Brought the rape to China just to race in China. Little bad Trini bitch, but she mixed with China. Real thick vagina. Smuggle bricks to China. And what I got from that lyric is don't fucking play with China. Cause they ain't playing with us. These motherfuckers is like, I feel like with this whole tariff war shit, like, they're not losing. I think it's us who's losing or who's gonna lose. I think they're good. And they just built like a fucking 200,000 feet bridge. Have you seen it?
No, but we owe them a shit ton of money. I don't know what they thought. Like, what was the plan?
Yeah. So I feel like, there's been a lot of propaganda against like, oh, China is bad, but like you said, we owe them a lot of money and they really have like the upper hand. Like they don't really need us for shit. I don't feel like they need us for shit. We need them for shit. So yeah.
Yeah, I can't think of a single thing like that they need us for.
Yeah, like I mean, I guess to buy their shit, but no, I feel like they'll try to figure out they're gonna figure out a way to like get things to us. But we definitely gonna have to pay more, like we talked about, before, but I don't think China has anything against us as U.S. citizens. I think
Canada doesn't either, but they was ready to
cut the lights off on motherfuckers. They was finna have us off grid for real.
Terrible. Well, thanks. We have lyrics and lessons. Let me stay focused, which is our topic of the week. And I have a question and then a bunch of information. I do these when I'm on my Vyvanse and have to be accountable to them when it wears off. Question. Are you a close follower of the social contract?
I don't know what that is.
So, I'm glad you asked. Under, in bold, what is, in italics, the social contract? I have. The social contract amongst people refers to the unspoken shared expectations and agreements we have with each other in society, not necessarily involving government or laws, but more about how we coexist, cooperate, and maintain trust. In simpler terms, it's the idea that people generally agree to treat each other in a certain way, respectfully, fairly, ethically, so that we can all live together peacefully and thrive. We follow social norms, show courtesy, help others when needed, and expect others to do the same.
Okay.
Are you a close follower of the social contract?
I feel like I am, but I don't necessarily want to be.
I have a list.
Like, there was this, I think I did like a quiz the other day, and it was just like, do you follow rules? And the options were like, yeah, I follow rules. No, I don't follow rules. Yes, but I don't want to. And I forgot what the last one was. And I'm like, yes, but I don't want to. I'm like the type of person that's like, I don't really want to follow that rule, like I want to be different, but sometimes
whatever the last one was probably me.
Sometimes I feel like you have to conform, to survive.
Okay, so here's a simplified list of a summary of the social contract, how we should treat one another. So, 1, respect others' rights. Treat others as autonomous individuals with the same rights and freedoms as yourself. Yes or no?
Yes.
2, act with fairness. Ensure that your actions are just and equitable, especially in shared spaces or decisions.
Yeah.
3, do no harm. Avoid causing unnecessary harm to others physically, emotionally, or socially.
I mean, for the most part, yes.
4, keep agreements. Honor promises, contracts, and commitments unless renegotiated or unjust. 5, contribute to the common good. Participate in and support systems, laws, education, and public health that benefit everyone.
Yeah.
6, follow just laws. Abide by rules created for the mutual benefit of society, so long as they are fair and ethical.
So long as they are fair and ethical.
7, allow others to flourish. Support others' ability to live meaningful, free, and secure lives, just as you wish to.
Yes.
8, hold each other accountable. Expect mutual accountability to maintain trust and cooperation.
Sometimes. For the most part, I feel like.
9, respect boundaries and consent. Recognize and uphold personal limits and the right to say no.
For sure.
10, practice empathy and compassion. Understand and consider others' perspectives when needs when making decisions or taking action.
Yes.
So I also feel like a follower of the social contract. I think I have a passion for the social contract. But I guess my question is, and I can't figure out how to phrase this without like leading the witness in terms of what I think. So, do you think the social contract is dying?
Yeah. Yeah.
What makes you say that?
Because I feel like, I mean, shit, a lot of the rules are like going out the window these days. Like, a lot of people don't give a fuck about the next person. So, I feel like that's where it kind of starts.
Do you think that like the pandemic caused this, or do you think that the social contract has been dying for a while, or?
I think it's Trump.
You think so?
Yeah. Because this nigga is the one that I feel like he's trying to like do away with all the shit that has been set up for us. Like,
yeah.
Just the simple fact that he was just like, oh yeah, if you vote for me this time, you'll never have to vote again.
But to be fair, like, there is a social contract with the government.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so you mean like outside of?
Yeah, I mean like amongst people.
Not really. I mean, I guess there's like instances like that, things that happen is like that shows that like some people don't give a fuck about the next person. But I think for the most part, like I feel like we all kind of want the same things, but we just don't necessarily show it. I don't know if I'm answering the question right, but
you
like,
are.
I don't know.
I feel like it's dying. I think that everyone's like really mean-spirited now. Like when you look at the comments of anything,
yeah,
it's like, what the fuck would make you type something like that to another person? And then there's just like, I feel like a lot of people are just flat out inconsiderate of other people. This whole I don't owe anybody shit era is like not good for the social contract.
Yeah.
Because the social contract basically says like you do owe other people shit, whether it be common decency or to do what the fuck you say you're going to do, or like, you know?
Yeah. But I also do feel like that plays a part in why people are so, I don't know if depressed is the right word, but like,
there's a loneliness epidemic.
Yeah, I feel like it all plays together. Like on one hand, you have like, yeah, people don't give a fuck about each other, and then it's like you got people lonely, and it's like, yeah, because you don't give a fuck about nobody. Like
you want to be auntie, you don't want to have no kids around you.
So I can see what you mean, but I also do think it's gonna like I feel like it's gonna kind of bite us in the ass, and then we're gonna have no choice but to like reform.
You think so?
Yeah, maybe we won't be alive to see it because I think it's gonna happen over time. But like, yeah, I think people are gonna have to. It's gonna come a point where it's like, yes, like we need to get our shit together, y'all. We have to band together. We have to sit together because, like, when we do look at the government social contract, like that's going to shit. So we have to kind of govern ourselves, and I think right now people don't really know what that looks like or how to do it. But I feel like it's gonna come a time where like we're not gonna have a choice.
Well, and I think that like I'm seeing a lot of rejection of widely accepted societal norms that are not harmful, right? Like there was a girl on Instagram that really inspired me to make this a topic. And she was just basically saying, hey, you don't need to text the person whose event that you're not going to, that you're not coming on the day of the event before the event.
Yeah, I saw that.
Like,
yeah.
But to me, that's obvious because my thought is, how am I making this person feel? Like, why am I sending this text?
I think it's obvious, but I think also people like, I think it could go two different ways. Like, people don't necessarily want to be looked at like, oh, I didn't show up for you, or I just ghosted you, or, you know.
But they're doing that.
Like, yeah, but I think they kind of trying not to feel bad about it. But at the same time, they're kind of like not helping the situation.
But why would they feel bad about it?
I think it depends.
Because they're violating the social contract. Because that's how you're supposed to show up for your fucking friend. Like, we've talked about this, I think, on the show before. People are canceling on people and doing all types of shit and not showing up for them. That one girl was crying because people were texting her the day of her baby shower that they're not coming. Yeah. I seen another lady on TikTok basically talk about, like, I was the late bloomer in the friend group. So everybody's fucking wedding, I was there. Their baby showers, I was there. And now that it's my turn, it's kind of like, oh, well, I have a husband and I have kids and and it's bothersome to me as someone who values the social contract to have to explain to people things that we just know good and damn well to be true. Like, I don't have to pull it. Like, what was that? Over a year ago, at least, when I got on this and on the podcast, and I'm like, we all know you're not supposed to outdress a birthday girl. Mm-hmm. Like, that's not a secret.
Yeah.
You know, like, if it happens on accident, that's one thing. Yeah. But going above and beyond and just saying, like, basically she should be able to keep the fuck up.
Yeah. Being intentional about
is a violation of the social contract. Like, people are starting with themselves and not giving a fuck about anybody after. And it's going to be bad for them. If you cannot see past your own nose and really consider because I don't think that people realize that they're arguing that they don't owe people consideration, but want to be considered.
Yeah. And that's why I said at some point, people are not going to have a choice but to, like, have to face that. Because, yeah, if you can't consider, you know, your friends and family, like, and then you turn around and wonder, like, why they're not there for you, it's like, you're going to have to face that. You're going to have to understand, like, oh, I wasn't there for them. Like, so, you know, not to say that was the case with the other person, but, you know, eventually, if you keep not considering people will literally, like, not consider you. They might stop talking to you. They might cut you off, you know, shit like that. So eventually you're going to be alone, and then you're going to be looking like, damn, like, where did I go wrong? And then you're going to have to, like...
But I don't think they ever, like it's just fuck everybody. And it's interesting that you say that, because from the perspective of someone who, like, it feels weird to say, like, I follow the social contract, because we should all be fucking doing it. But you know what I'm saying? Like, as someone who gives a fuck about how other people feel and makes that part of their decision making, it's even hurtful to have the social contract violated against you and have to, in essence, do someone how they do you. Yeah. Because in essence, it's fucked up. And I don't want to do fucked up shit to people. So it's like, y'all don't, and this is another side effect of the trickle-down therapy we was talking about, where not everybody is a people pleaser. Not everybody needs to be told, worry about yourself first, because a lot of you motherfuckers was doing that already. Yeah. And
some of y'all need to be told to worry about other people, like, to be considerate, to, you know, be a better person.
Like, y'all don't even know what RSVP means.
I honestly don't know what RSVP means. The acronym. I know what it means to RSVP.
Yeah, that's what I mean. RSVP is French, but it means, like, please respond. SVP is like, s'il vous plaît.
Okay. That means please, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay. So I have a hard time believing, like, people are saying that, you know, it used to be you send out a wedding, save the date. Mm-hmm. You then send out invites. People respond to that invite with an RSVP. You can RSVP no. Yeah. Also, you're not supposed to leave people in limbo. Yeah. So you respond with the RSVPs, and then of those people who RSVP yes, with the exception of, like, a death, an emergency, a crazy illness, you could count on all of those people to show up to your wedding. That is not the case anymore. Yeah. Wedding planners are saying, like, 60% of people are showing up. That means 40% of people know that they told you good and damn well they're coming to your fucking wedding. And we're just like, no. They know you paid for the plates.
Yeah.
They know all that.
Well, this just kind of reminded me of a situation. And I don't know if this is like a social contract. Like, I don't know if this is a thing that fits.
Let's find out.
But, so my uncle, he's getting married in a couple months, I think. I want to say July. He asked me to make flyers. Like, he asked me to, so him and his wife they took photos. But they just had like a regular white background. And he wanted me to basically like create a background. Like some shit, I'm not a fucking graphic designer, but I was just like, yeah, like I'll do it or whatever. And so I just, I did some things with the pictures or whatever. To me, it looks decent enough, for something that I'm not an expert in. But I don't think he ever used them. Because I didn't see them going out. Like, I seen him post, like, other stuff. And I'm just like, well, that's not my work. So, I mean, it's like, whatever. He paid me, so it's whatever. But he just messaged me the other day. And he was like, well, can you make flyers for, I want to have a reunion. And I'm just like, but you didn't even use the last ones I made. Like, I don't know if that fits, but to me, it felt very, like, inconsiderate. Like, why would you ask me to do something when you kind of wasted my time last time?
Well, I think maybe you can compare it against itself. There's the possibility that maybe he didn't like him.
Yeah.
I feel like trying to cause you no harm.
Yeah.
Or maybe he used it and didn't feel like I have to send it to you because you made it. But I think if he's operating from a place of trying not to cause harm and he still paid you.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he used them because my mom is in the wedding. And so nothing ever,
Nothing ever substantialized it. What's that word?
Like, nothing ever came of it. So I'm just like, I'm not mad. But at the same time, like, don't ask me to do it again. Like, for me, like you said, there are factors where I don't know, what happened on their end. But
I mean, 8 is hold each other accountable. So could you say, all due respect, I don't even know if you used the ones from last time. Like, do you really need these?
Yeah, I didn't respond.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I don't even know how to respond to this. So, yeah, I guess maybe we both violating the contract.
Yeah. I mean, I think, so I asked ChatGPT, is the social contract amongst people dying? And ChatGPT, which I'm now paying for, says the social contract amongst people isn't necessarily dying, but it feels deeply strained in many parts of the world. We're seeing more examples of disconnection, mistrust, and individualism that make it seem like people are no longer invested in the shared understandings that hold society together. Why it may feel this way. 1, hyper-individualism. There's more emphasis on how personal success and freedom, more emphasis now on personal success and freedom than on collective responsibility. People are often encouraged to do you rather than do right by others. 2, mistrust and polarization. Social media, politics, and misinformation have driven wedges between people, making it harder to believe that others are acting in good faith. 3, inequality. Some folks are working hard and still suffering while others exploit the system. It breaks the sense of fairness. People start asking, why should I keep playing fair if no one else is? 4, burnout and emotional fatigue. With everything going on, economic pressures, global crises, personal struggles, many people feel too overwhelmed to keep giving, showing up, or being patient with others. Which, like, yikes. And 5, decline in shared space. Fewer people participate in communal activities like churches, neighborhood groups, unions, or even casual face-to-face hangouts. Without those shared experiences, the glue between us weakens. So the last one, even just reading it right now, like, friends used to hang out and do nothing. Like, people come over, you do nothing.
Yeah.
That's not, like, now people don't get together unless something's happening. And so I think maybe I don't think about it because I'm usually the person, like, I don't need a reason to have something, but I will use any reason to have something. So I feel like I see people get together, but can I say that people come over and do nothing with the exception of, like, Ashley? No, not really. Like,
yeah,
what are we going to do? Nothing. And I feel like,
and that really did used to be a thing, but, like,
yeah,
it's not really a thing anymore.
Which, like, And hyper individualism, like that people are often encouraged to do you rather than do right by others.
Yeah.
That's like bad. It's very bad.
I think it's the reason was because people felt, or I think it was out of survival, but I don't think people realize like how detrimental it is to survival. You know, I think people was trying to like be like focus on you, do you, don't worry about other people, just so that they can protect themselves and not get hurt. But you actually cutting yourself off from like the actual like love and community you need.
It's really interesting that like people don't even answer the phone anymore. You know, like you used to be able to call people in chat.
Yeah.
Can't call nobody in fucking chat.
You know, I'm actually like reverting because I used to be like that, but like now I'd rather talk on the phone. Like I'm starting not to like texting a lot, like as much as I used to.
I love a good chit chat. I've always been a chit chat girl, but I realized that like almost everybody else is not a chit chat girl. So I don't really do too much chitting and chatting.
Yeah.
I think maybe that's why I got so popular on TikTok, because I'm like, well, no one wants to chit chat.
That's definitely like your thing though, like because I'm not a chit chat like person per se, but I do prefer like I don't mind being on the phone these days. Cause like texting just feels like a lot now. Like it's just overwhelming sometimes.
Yeah.
And so I think it just maybe comes like with life experiences and like time. I think when people get older, they'll kind of understand like, oh, I actually do need to care about people. I do need to like be considerate and, you know. But not everybody, because some people.
But how much time these motherfuckers need? And not to cut you off, because that would be a violation of the social contract. But I think about like, okay, I've always been a chit chat person, right? So I'll chit chat like, not with anybody, like not in the grocery store, but like my friends. And it's like, if nobody wants to chit chat, who are you talking to about your day? You know, like I'd be like, hey, what'd you do today? And like I give a fuck in the general sense.
Yeah.
You know, like I may not know what the fuck is going on. Nothing going on between those eyes, but I'm listening. And it's like, how do people talk about their day? How do they share? Like I used to know, I never had any idea what any of my friends do for work, but I did know like who their coworker who gets on their nerves the most is, you know?
Yeah.
And now it's like, I don't know what these motherfuckers do for work. I don't even know if they have a job.
Yeah.
See you on your birthday.
That's real.
Like,
that's real. Cause you might not know. Like, your friend might have lost their job and you don't even fucking know.
I would know. People picked up the fucking phone.
I think, I don't know. I just feel like social media ruined everything, man. And I feel like we go back to that every time, but I just do. I feel like it's just the center of all of our fucking problems.
You know what I will say? Rest in peace, Chris. Chris used to text me all the time and be like, I see you on my FYP so much. I feel like I talk to you all the time.
Yeah.
But I have not spoken to you. How are you?
Yeah.
But like, not everybody's going to do that. And if we're all, to your point, seeing each other all the time or feeling like we see each other all the time, then what is there to talk about? What is there to do nothing with someone about?
Right.
But I think that like social media is the good shit and the hard shit and the bad shit that we need to talk to our friends about. We're not talking to our friends about because they feel like they've seen everything that's fucking going on the internet.
Yeah. It do kind of make you feel like, oh, I know what's going on. I know, I'm updated. But it's a facade because, I mean, not everything is on social media. But I feel like that's what people put the important things that they want people to know. So it's like, okay, well,
yeah,
I feel like I know because that's what they put out there. But I don't know, man. It's just I just get overwhelmed with life.
And I think I have the benefit of being a chatty Cathy. So if I ask someone like, hey, how are you? And I care about them, they're not going to be like, oh, she doesn't really give a fuck about how I am, so let me not tell the truth.
Yeah.
You know? So I be hearing how people doing. I do, but I do have to ask, or like, what's up with you? But I appreciate the fact that people trust me with not only like, hey, this good thing happened, but like, Girl, tell me why the fuck this happened.
Yeah.
Because that's what friendship is about. And like, when you don't know, girl, tell me why the fuck this happened. Then the person's birthday dinner rolls around. They're going through shit you know nothing a fucking about. And then you decide, I'm going to do me. I do what I do and you do what you can do about it. And you don't go to the fucking birthday dinner.
Not knowing.
Then you wonder why you don't have the friend no more.
Yeah.
And it's bad. It's bad. Like, we need to put the social contract back together. It's terrible. I know way too many people who are like, yeah, I'll buy tickets to anything. I'll tell you I'm coming to everything. And then just
don't.
like, and there's someone else who bought that ticket. Like, me and my friend is going down to whatever.
I can't imagine like telling somebody I'm coming to their wedding and then don't come. Like you said, if it's like not an emergency or a dire situation, like, I mean, why would you do that?
And then people be like, oh, I got social anxiety. This doesn't make you anxious? Backing out of somebody's fucking wedding?
Yeah, it should. It is fucked up. Because, you know, people got to pay for, like, food. They pay for, like, plates and stuff. I don't know. People, I understand, like, having social anxiety, but, like, I mean, if anybody knows, I know. But, like, it gets to a point. You know,
it gets to a point. No, like when Chris passed away, I had to tell my line sister, like, I can't make your birthday trip to Mexico because I don't know when the funeral is. And I felt awful about that. Yeah. And obviously she's like, don't worry about it. But I also felt the need to say, like, and just so you know, like, I don't expect my money back. Yeah. You know, like, I'm not putting you in a tight spot. I'm just not coming. But there's so many people who start with I'm not coming and I want my money back, or like things like that. Like, it's just, I can't describe it, but there's things that we used to know that we don't know anymore. Or like, I hate saying the kids, but the kids don't know, you know? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, that's really who I worry about, the kids, because they're learning, they're growing up and learning, like, this is how things are. But things wasn't always like that. No. So, like, we have different experiences and we, you know, have different, like, viewpoints on things. But, like, 20 years from now, like, it's probably not even going to be, like, a thing.
Like, for example, you know, like, in all the old books, like, people ask their neighbor for a cup of sugar.
Right.
I would not do that.
Right.
You know what? I might. But, like, for example, if my neighbor needs something, he will ask me. Or he'll be like, that cat's in your yard again.
Yeah.
And that's less friendly than, hey, like, I can't tell you what the inside of his house looks like, but I know him. Yeah. I have his phone number. And then the next step is going to be, a lot of people now are like, I don't know them motherfuckers.
Yeah. I don't, and that's the thing. I don't really talk to my neighbors. Like, it's a couple of them, like, if we make eye contact, it's like, hey, how you doing? But, like, for the most part, like, I couldn't tell you them people names and stuff like that. But that's something 20 years ago, they used to be doing shit like that. Like, growing up, my grandma lived in this neighborhood and everybody knew her. And she knew everybody. Like, she'd be like, oh, like, we would go across the street to the neighbor's house and just sit there on her porch and talk. Like, that's not a thing anymore.
No, not at all. And my grandma used to say, like, there's so much shit. My grandma is a little wacky, but there's so much shit that she would try to tell me as a kid. And I'm like, this lady's fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Like, I vividly remember me and my brother laughing our asses off because she was going off about how people didn't know their neighbors. Now, mind you, we're kids at the time. And she's like, you don't even got nobody to call you and say, hey, your house is on fire. And it was funny then because it's like, why the fuck would we do that?
Right.
But also, if your house was on fire,
who would call you?
Who would call you?
Did you see that commercial? I think it was an ADP commercial.
Mm-hmm. Where the neighbor could go in and, like, fix the flood or whatever?
Yeah. Like, that one, I was looking at that commercial and I'm like, this commercial is, like, so unrealistic.
Like, who the fuck would do that?
Yeah, like, but, I mean, it used to be a thing.
I still have some of that experience. So, for example, I said I know my neighbor, and I do. He has my phone number. I went to Texas, and I don't know what the fuck happened, but every smoke alarm in my house started going off at once. And he's like, you can hear it. And I was like, can you go in there and, like, look? But y'all don't know your neighbors, you know? Or, like, if it's supposed to snow and I get the last couple of bags of salt, I saw both our driveways. And he gets up first, he'll shovel us both out. But people don't, like, even want to talk to each other no more. Never mind help each other.
Yeah.
Like, even the way that people be going through these videos we see of people going through really drastic shit. We only have the video because someone didn't intervene. I think this shit's kind of dead. But, however, ChatGPT had some hope for you all.
Right.
And they said, but here's the other side. The social contract isn't dead. It's being renegotiated. You see people calling for new forms of community, mutual aid networks, digital solidarity, and grassroots movements. It's a sign that the old rules aren't working for everybody, and people are craving something better, more just, more inclusive, more human. And while I do not believe that, ChatGPT, it did sound inspiring.
Yeah, that's why I said, like, I think things eventually will kind of come back around. Like,
and maybe I'm cynical because I'm doing the organizing and I'm like, hey, they're going to do this. And people are like,
yeah, because there's been situations where, like, people try to help somebody and the person you're trying to help is like, I don't need your help. Like, I don't, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like, I think that's kind of off-putting too. It's like, I don't even know how to approach this situation or this person because they might fucking cuss me out. Like, but I think some stuff is common sense. Like, you see somebody's getting hurt, don't pull out your phone. Like, help them, you know?
Or at least use the phone to call the police.
Yeah.
Like, it's just weird these days.
Yeah, I think we are living in, like, I'm very curious to know, like, how's life going to be when we get older. Like when we get old.
I think we're going to be yelling, and nobody will call you if your house is on fire.
Like, are we going to be the people, like, trying to get the kids to, like, revert back to how we grew up with shit? Or are we going to have to adapt? Like, I don't know. I'm very curious.
I think we're going to be us, but maybe our advice won't stick in the new age. Like, we'll sound like my grandma, like, just out of touch. Like, why the fuck would anybody do that? For example, like, you saw that ADT commercial and was like, why the fuck
like,
would my neighbor go in my house?
I mean, I get the concept, like, I'll get the concept, but I'm like, damn, you will actually have to talk to your neighbor. They will actually have to have your number, like, you know?
Yeah.
And so if you don't even get to that point, they don't get to that, you know? So.
And I think I talked to my neighbor because my dad talked to my neighbor.
Yeah. And I mean, you basically, like, grew up here, kind of.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it would be kind of rude to, like, see him and not speak and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But, like, if you're, like, just say you moved into a new neighborhood and you don't know these people, it's like, do you go and introduce yourself? Do you go, like...
And that's the thing, because I probably would.
Yeah. See, but back in the day...
But they might be like, who's the bitch on the porch?
Right. Right, exactly. I was listening to a podcast, and this woman had moved to a different state. She lived in New York her whole life, but as an older woman, she moved to, I think, Oregon. And people were, like, coming to her house, you know, welcoming her to the neighborhood and stuff like that. And she's from New York. She's not used to, like, her just being from New York automatically. She wasn't used to that. So she's like, why are these people, like, on my porch bringing me cakes and shit? Like,
but like, even on TV, remember they used to bring you the lasagna and shit? I don't even think we see that trope on TV anymore. We don't even really see the characters that we talk about interact with their neighbors.
Yeah.
Because it's a sign of the times. Like, I don't know if I told the story on the podcast already, but things are changing drastically, whether we pay attention to them or not. I was driving my sister, who was 11 at the time, she turned 12 in March, to school for my mom. And I don't have any clean music on my phone, so I played the radio. And when we got closer to her school, she's like, why are they talking? When are they going to play the music? And I said, it's a morning show.
Yeah, she didn't know. She had no concept.
No idea.
That's crazy, because we grew up riding to school listening to morning shows.
And we had Jam at 94.5 back home. So, like, Steve Harvey has nephew Tommy. We had the jam scams. Could you imagine if somebody jam scammed you in this day and age? Like, is anybody close enough to you to have nephew Tommy call you and tell you lost your fucking job?
I mean, I don't think anybody would actually do it, but I don't know. I mean, maybe, no.
Like, our friends and stuff were such a big part of our lives.
Yeah. Like, no friends would do that, no. I feel like if anybody was to do that, they got to be somebody older Because who's listening to morning shows anymore, you know? Like, if I do listen to a morning show, it's the fucking Breakfast Club, and I'm watching them on YouTube. Like, I'm not, you know, listening to them driving to work. But even if we
did get jam scammed, like, I think now people would be, like, mad. Like, there's no concept of, like, good fun or, like, your friend. Like, it just...
Yeah, people were mad. That's why I think that's probably why I don't even know if Steve Harvey still do that shit. But
Nephew Tommy do still call people.
Okay, because I'm like, I know people that shit went left a few times,
and it frequently has. But I think that like the general response back in the day was like, "Oh, they got me."
Yeah,
they got me. Now it might be, "I'm gonna get them."
Yeah,
and that's
I'm gonna get your ass. Because why would you do that? Yeah. That's the times we in.
So if you have good friends, hold them dear. Because every day we get on fucking Facebook and there's a kid who had a birthday party and nobody showed up. Fucked up. That was the topic. The social contract.
Next we have advice from the internet.
Woo!
Where we take a no context quote and turn it into valuable life advice.
Woo!
I think that's the...
Yes.
But my friends know. Now, if they put a little crazy picture out there, they're going to get a phone call. I'm like, you did not have approval for that photo.
I know that's right, Miss Tina.
I don't
approval.
say it like that, but
you look.
I'm like, come
that's
on, y'all.
subtext.
If you're gonna fix yourself up, fix me up.
Fix me too.
Don't be like that.
Hook us all up.
That's right.
And I feel like that was very on brand with what we just talked about. But don't just be posting crazy pictures of your friend and then like not considering like how they look. Like basically the idea was. People post pictures like that they look good in, but they don't really consider other people.
Yeah.
And so, don't do that. Like,
I have half a mind to call somebody live on the show and tell them that message.
I could send it to you if you want.
Because what the fuck? And that's what I'm saying. The social contract is fucking broken.
Yeah.
People do you any type of way. And I recently told somebody, I'm going to process a Google form on your ass.
Are you calling Ashley?
I am calling Ashley. Ashley sent me the voicemail. Violation of the social contract.
Well,
I'm about to send her ass a voice memo.
Want me to play it?
Wait. Hi, you're live on the fucking air. We're on the fucking podcast. Shae just played a clip for advice from the internet about you can't just fucking post pictures of people with their goddamn mouth open looking crazy on the goddamn internet. Yeah. And I want to share that with you. A little tidbit. I'm going to get the link and I'm going to send it to you. Have a good night. And that is holding others accountable.
Yeah.
So you see it too.
I do. Wait, the pictures?
The way she posts on Facebook.
Oh, the way she posts. Well, I'm her friend on Instagram, but I think
it's all connected.
Yeah, it's connected. Yeah.
Why the fuck would you?
I ain't seen her wild out in a minute though. I think she been chilling.
Cause we've been confronting her. Y'all seen Ash on what was that? Not last summer school, but summer school before that when we were in Georgia.
Yeah.
She's a menace.
Yeah, people do be doing that. It's like I do feel like you should approve, like get the person's approval. Like, hey, do you like how you look in this picture?
If you look at the picture and go, this person looks the fuck crazy. What makes you still hit post?
Yeah.
I've turned to people and been like, yeah, you look crazy. You mind if I crop you out?
I'm weak. Now, being cropped out is crazy, too.
Being cropped out is crazy with no context.
Yeah. I remember I posted one of my prom pictures from my senior year, and I cropped my ex out of the picture. She commented, she was like, not you crop me out. I'm like, girl.
My friend, we all went to prom, and one of our friends brought like an annoying date, and another one of our friends was in advertising and design at the tech school. They edited them out of the photo. So we're sitting, I shit you not, another friend who I went to high school with, who's been on summer school, I shit you not, we're sitting there at her birthday party this year. And I'm like, yo, anybody got the prom photo? The girl's here. We're all still cool. We didn't like your date. We was trying to be funny. Anybody still got the prom picture with them in it?
No.
Negative Ghost Rider. Yo, I swear. She went up to her room and was like, I know it's in here. Like, don't do it. It's not funny. You need to let people know. To this day, I went to prom, in 2014? So it's been 11 years since I went to prom. And we can't ask her she got the picture. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cropped her out with precision. And that was a violation of the social contract. But I was younger then.
Yeah.
And I didn't do it. I just thought it was funny.
Yeah, it was. It sounds like it was. But yeah, I feel like maybe if more people knew what the social contract was, maybe we could get somewhere. Because I didn't know like what that was before this episode.
But you knew the tenets of it.
That's because I was raised right.
And that's what I'm saying. We shouldn't have to sit the kids down and be like, this is the social contract. This is how you, like, they don't even have, you know, all the schools had treat others how you want to be treated, to the point where I thought that was a Bible excerpt. But they're just like, oh, it's the golden rule.
Yeah.
The kids don't even learn the golden rule anymore. Like, I'm going to ask my sister. I'll report back next pod. Do you know what's the golden rule?
She's gonna look at you like, what?
And that's going to be very disappointing.
What is a golden rule?
The golden rule.
But she's gonna learn though, and that is keeping up with the recipes.
The golden rule. I typed it in, and someone said Bible. The most familiar version of the golden rule says, "Do unto others as you would have them do unto you." Y'all not even following that. To hell. Fuck the social contract. It's one rule, and you can't follow it.
Yeah.
Well, I say that to say, don't be a hating ass bitch during the break. And we'll see you in the next one.
Peace.
Bye. Another episode on Let Me Stay Focused. Don't be a hating ass bitch during the break.
Peace.
Bye.